Entertainment.
Yeah, that's
You
funny.
can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hello. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. We are enjoying our second decade of the show that has become a daily routine for thousands of listeners in great places like Oak Island, North Carolina. Well, how are you? And welcome to Oak Island. We hope you enjoy your stay here. Hope you enjoy yourself. Should be fun.
The important thing is you have to realize we're surrounded by water.
Oak Island ain't like the rest of the state. We do things different down here. Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Chambersburg.
Yeah, Chambersburg.
Where it's not Chambersburg.
No, Chambersburg.
Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Corona, California. Now, did you put that in there because of the virus that we're all terrified of now?
No,
or what?
absolutely not. It was submitted.
There's a beer.
With a line.
Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Yes.
I thought it was Montauk.
No. Manitowoc.
Conway, New Hampshire. I've been there with Jimmy. Conway, New Hampshire, and Kalmar, Sweden. Mama puts the pies out to cool. I remember Mama.
Nice.
Dagmar and V. I'm seeing a lot of Swedes in the Olympics right now. Lots of fun. Mm-hmm. The Mike O'Mara Show is delighted to have you with us, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a very, very nice weekend. I did a lot of sleeping to try to get rid of this cold. The cold that I'm referring to this as the cold that will not die.
Oh,
The long
But
cold.
I because I think about it in terms of it's like it's right here in the morning, right in my throat, but it won't go any further. And I'm wondering whether that's because I got vaccinated, because I'm a rube and I'm an idiot, and I've already been swabbed for COVID to find out whether I have it or not. And I don't know.
You'd rather
Who
know
knows?
if you have Delta,
yeah. No more Delta.
Yeah.
right?
No more Delta. You're through here. Get out of my lungs. Yeah, you bought the wrong one this time, mister. Get out of my lungs, COVID. There we are.
He's a sneaky little virus just like you.
Like you. Get Niedermeyer to do it. He'll go into your lung tissue. He's a sneaky little S. I have to, the lead story is that my wonderful, beautiful son experienced his very first competition, and a lot of you have seen this on TV when they go to Augusta for the national finals. He went to his very first drive, chip, and putt competition this morning, and it was the first time that we went as a family. It was so exciting.
I'm a
That's very
rube.
cool.
I don't know what that is.
All right, so right before they run the Masters golf tournament, they have the it might be the weekend before, I think it is, that they have what's called drive, chip, and putt. It is a national competition for youngsters, and I've got it somewhere here.
Please.
Hold on a second.
Is this new to you? I don't know all the details.
No, I've heard of this before.
I don't know.
Hold on.
I know what a drive is. I know what a chip is. I know what a putt is.
Yes, it's a beautiful day. This had nothing to do with Augusta, by the way.
Well, you mentioned Augusta.
We'll take it, yes.
First of all, it had nothing to do with Augusta because it was July 26th in a bowl of soup.
Was
where,
Jim
in a
Nance
sauna.
was the weather hot, Jim?
Hotter than a witch's teats in a brass brazier. Wow. No, that's cold.
That's all right.
I'm sorry.
Cool. That's all right. It was hotter than a Tom Brady winning streak, wasn't it?
Hotter than a LeBron James free throw. I don't know.
Did you see the
Drive,
new
chip,
Space
and
Jam?
putt open to boys and girls aged
yes.
7 to 15. Boys and girls compete in separate divisions in 4 age categories. 7 to 9 years old. My son just turned 8, so he was new. This is his first one in the 7 to 9-year-olds. 10 to 11, 12 to 13, and 14 to 15 years old. He'll be doing this for a while if he likes it, and he liked it. Let's see. Participants will be grouped based on their age. Each participant, Oscar Santana, competes in all 3 skills. You hit a drive, off the tee. That's the big long shot. You hit a chip, which is a little chip with a club to chip the ball up onto the green, and then you putt, and you get 3 each.
Oh,
you get 3 in each skills, and then they add the combined score.
Like that.
So we got up there in the soup, and we got there early, and it was chill, and the parents were chill, and it was cool, and it was friendly, and the volunteers did a great job of organizing it, and I could tell you shtick stories. I don't have shtick stories except, well, there was one dad that simply was a mountain of a man. I have never seen a larger human being. And I'm not talking about just because he was big and fat like I was, but which he was. But he had large arms, large legs, a large body, had towels like RJ used to carry towels everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Towels from every pocket hanging out of his shirt. And I just couldn't stop looking at him because his legs were massive. They were just so big and not sloppy. They were just like, he was big. Yeah. He was big. He's probably been big since he was born. But other than that, the parents were, I found everybody supportive of all the kids out there. There may have been a few of he stood 6'7". He was a heck of a dad.
Every morning at the mine, you
all right, stop it. Turn
That's
it off,
ridiculous.
please.
What does the matter? Pony, why you do that?
It was really, really fun. And, he was nervous. And we went out yesterday, and we've been kind of leading up to it. He's 8 years old. It's for me, this is just to get him out there to experience it. And
of the three aspects of the competition, where does he excel? Or what's his strong?
Is he like a Howard Gilmore, like long ball guy?
He's a long ball guy.
Oh,
he's a long. When he hits it, it goes. He's got a pretty decent little ability, and finished in the middle of the pack, which was more than I could have ever dreamed of. With most of the kids that are leading the pack here are, I think, mostly 9-year-olds, a year older than he is, because that's and I think he wants to come back. And I was just thrilled, and because it's pressure for a little guy.
Yeah, but you have to
Michael,
you have to thread the needle between
what's that?
Like competition and being complacent.
You definitely, try to get get the focus on and do it. It's just they're kids, and if you like kids, which I do, you do. Michael, I like kids unless they don't listen. Michael, did mommy?
That's learned behavior.
Michael, are you here?
Nurture, not
nature.
Hold
on, let me take my headphones.
Sure.
Yeah, nature.
Michael, are you here?
He's probably very athletic.
Come here.
Nurture, who knows?
Yeah, nurture.
That comes down to.
I'm going to ask you about your experience today with drive chip and putt.
Hey, buddy.
Hi. Hello.
Did you like it?
I loved it. I didn't like it. I loved it.
I have a question for him.
Yep, go ahead. Can you hear him?
Michael, what's the difference between first place and second place?
That might be a trick question from Oscar. He's asking like a winner's question. That's now you're stressing him out.
I think the answer that he's looking for
I
is
don't know.
First place wins, second place loses.
No, second place you get a set of steak knives. First place,
all right,
brand new car.
Oh, what? You can't hear him. All right, did you have fun?
Yes.
All right, get out of here.
Cool.
Now stop being annoying. Or
Oh,
Oh, he can read the room at least.
One more word with you.
Yes,
What?
sir.
One more word. Goodbye, duties.
wow.
He's such a good kid.
He is a good
love
kid.
him.
So you said that he was nervous yesterday. So when did it sort of melt
Today.
away? And when
Today he was.
got
This
there,
morning he was. This
but when
morning
he
he
got
was.
there, he was okay and having a good time with it.
Well, it's just the way they
It's
set
good
the
to
whole
be nervous,
thing up.
though. It's good to you
Gives you
have
an
to be
edge.
nervous.
It is a difficult sport, as you know, and it is it's a challenging sport. And for young ones, it's even more challenging. So it's really good that they keep it. They boil it down to these 3 skills, and that's kind of simple. And there's luck involved, and there's also skill involved. So I think it was just I love that it was so chill and that we were done. In I think he teed off at 8:45, and we were out of there in about half an hour.
Wow.
It was great.
and
Now,
the
if he'd won, we would have hung in there, but or been in the top 3. The top 3, I think, go
They
on
advance?
to regional qualifying, which I'll be honest with you. I had absolutely no preconceptions of what it was, but I think he could very possibly qualify next year if he still likes the game and he keeps at it.
Did he win any of his side bets today?
No. They played some of the 8-year-olds were playing craps.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Mike, and you're there. The experience of you being there for him, like that means the world. My father went to a handful of soccer games for one season of MSI. That's the Montgomery County Soccer League.
Were they your soccer games, or did he just go to
No,
them?
they were mine when he was in town.
Okay.
But I don't have any recollection of any sports in middle school or any sports in high school that he ever attended.
I remember my dad and his red sweater that he used to wear. He had his favorite sweater that he used to wear, and I remember playing football. And I remember looking at football or baseball, and we had a couple of athletic fields where the parking lot would be up high, and then you'd go down a hill, and they'd have all these ball fields lower. And I remember several times being in the middle of a practice or a game and stuff, and looking up and seeing him in that red sweater, and how it was all it's such a big deal.
It's a big deal.
When your dad shows up for something, and to have mom and dad with him.
Mom and dad never showed.
By the way, there's a lady.
My
there
mom and
that
dad
said,
never showed to the same one.
By the way, there was a lady there after he got done.
Broken.
Because you were the product of a broken home.
As you may know, Mike, I come from a broken home.
There was a lady there that was right. I guess her kid was going afterwards, and she congratulated. She heard the name Michael, and she said, "Hey, nice drive, Michael. Congratulations!" And she was just
smoke show.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. And it was just that atmosphere.
Yeah.
No one was trying to climb over each other. Now I'm sure when it gets down to finals and stuff like that, but I got the atmosphere. And this is why I would do it again in a minute, because it just was kind of relaxed. And, people are trying to do well. There's a little of that pressure there, but not like a full-fledged tournament. So
Any
a great
dick
entree
parents at all? Like,
none that I could see at
that's
all.
great. That's
That's
great. Because
awesome.
there's usually one.
None that I could see. You're pretty self-absorbed with your own kid, so you don't really look around and notice it. But the volunteers were pretty cool.
That's cool,
they were very helpful, and they say he put the when he was chipping, they said that's not a really good lie. You got grass in front of it, put it over. They helped, which
good.
I thought was kind of cool. Which means it's like. It's growing the game is what it is. It's just kind of growing the game and having him, involved in that. And, and then the guy that ran the putting was, I don't want to say, God, I can't get out of my own way, can I?
Just say
tad
it.
He was a tad doddering.
What do you mean?
That
The
happens.
big, tall guy, just kind of old and out of it.
But he's a volunteer.
He's a great volunteer. Yes, that's why I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
People might think you're doddering walking around those greens.
Well, you know what? I probably am doddering. You know what I mean? I probably am. But the fact is that
he's doddering,
we let the one girl. I look early in the competition. I was watching the competition. I saw you put a girl in front of the little markers. You're gonna make if you're gonna make a 6-foot putt, make a 6-foot putt.
Right.
You want to make a 5-foot 8-inch putt. You want to make a 6-foot putt. So tell the girl instead of just going. And he was the only one that didn't even really do a greeting. It was like he felt like he was.
I don't remember.
obligated
It might
to
be
out
your
there.
story. It might be my grandfather's story. But they were playing, and a guy was notorious at placing the ball. And I think it was my grandfather who said, "If you place that 3 more times, it's going to be in the hole."
Yeah, you can inch up. You can inch up.
Yeah, you
It's a game
can.
it's a game of inches, but I loved it. You heard that. That's you want to talk
That's
about
awesome.
my right now where I wanted it to be something I can do with him, even when I'm doddering. As Oscar said, I really think that
Not going to daughter.
I hope so.
Don't
I
call
just-
him- don't
I-
call
I have
him
so
daughter.
much fun.
I just,
love it.
I don't like him making accusations that it's like throwing stones at glass houses.
Well,
No, Pete. No. First of all, that's not the expression. Throwing stones at
What is
glass
it?
houses.
What's the expression?
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Isn't
right.
that the same thing?
no, it's not.
It's not.
But you were actually
you're
throwing the
mangling
stone.
like a food processor. The expression by saying
Okay,
throw.
people
Who
live in glass houses
Shouldn't
should
throw
not throw
stones.
rocks.
Stones.
stones.
I'll work on it. I'll work
Yeah,
on it. Thank you for. I
And
love.
it means like if you are fat don't make fun of fat people.
Yeah, you know, it's a variant of the pot calling the kettle black.
This is
The
my
pot
kryptonite.
calling the kettle black
Idioms.
is the same thing.
Idioms.
They're both, idioms.
I'm working
Is
on
that what you?
From an idiot.
But anywho, it's,
Idioms.
someday. So the way I would judge it is fantastic.
That's great.
Great. Thank you, PGA of America and or the USGA. I don't know who runs it. I think
It's putt-putt, isn't it?
I think the PGA runs it. The
I
USGA
thought it
runs
was played against
It's
sports.
USGA. It's all the it's Augusta. It's the Masters, PGA, and USGA. All the biggies.
But
are
it
involved in
is what you
about
say
the
is very
LPGA?
true. It's very true. Is that they're growing the game? They're just growing.
He came in middle of the pack. He was 7th out of I think 13 kids.
There are those who say
Perfect.
the pandemic saved golf.
It was a perfect.
I think you
golf
might be
game.
right.
Yeah.
People started playing after that, and it was fun. And for down here, but it's hard. Look, I moved here. I live here. I'm a full-time resident down here. So when I'm down here in July, I know that when I talk about the heat down here, I know you're experiencing a heat wave in the rest of the country. Let me, if I can, describe what it feels like to walk out into mud.
Okay.
Like you're walking out into the car without any precipitation on it is just covered with water because it's just, it's so incredibly humid right now. This is where right now, if I let myself really get obsessed with it, I'll start to crack. I'll start to crack because we're going to get this through the end of September.
Right.
This is going to be with us till the end of September. But this is now, this is the real
It's
deal.
a special kind of humidity down there.
It's a special kind of soupy heat.
Yeah.
I still go out in it all the time, but it's a special kind of soupy heat. This is where, yes.
I always judge humidity on how many times a man has to change his underwear.
All right, I did nothing. I did nothing other than take my son over to this little competition.
right.
And we took the little man out to breakfast. I did nothing.
Right.
And my shirt looked as though I had jumped in a pool
Oof.
after that. With just
means
being,
your
this is the stuff.
underwear.
That,
It
well,
was
the underwear,
curtains.
I do pretty well with the underwear. I do pretty, the clear rear and all that. But anyhow, it's
a wicking material.
No, and also when I took my shower this morning, I really, really dwell on the nether regions. I truly do. I have a system of ropes and pulleys that enables me.
It looks like the backstage of an 1850s theater.
I don't want to go so far as to say my undercarriage would be like a dinner plate, but it's like a dinner plate. You have to. First of all, we were having a discussion about that the other night. That quite often, like maybe on a weekend, right? You would go out and you do a morning workout, or you'd play tennis, or you'd play golf, or you'd go off. And then, you're hanging out around the house all day, and it's Saturday, and you got no plans. So maybe you skip that day's shower after your workout because you're not going to work, and maybe you go into the next day. You really can't. You can't do that in Southwest Florida in July and expect to, be inoffensive to other people because it's just so much.
The
It's so
environment is
overwhelming.
working against you.
Yeah.
You
The
can't fight
environment
it.
is working against you, and they were talking. A friend of mine was talking about a playing partner of his that tends to, on the weekend in particular, ingest a rather significant amount of alcohol.
Okay.
And like he would go out on a Friday night and then have an AM tea time on Saturday, and it would be pretty obvious to all of his playing partners that that he had not washed off the evening before. And when you're in Southwest Florida, where you get out of the car and you begin to perspire, you're going to make your playing partners feel pretty nasty.
And it's tough when that's apparent in an outdoor sport.
Yes,
It's not like you're playing cards with the guy.
They were describing this guy in such a way that it made me feel ill.
Oh.
It made me feel ill. That they said that they were. He shouldn't be doing this, but no names. Nobody's gonna care.
Right.
They were talking about this dude showing up, and he likes to pound, and that all three of his playing partners could smell tequila.
Oh, and if you
They
have
could
to smell
smell
something, that's the
tequila.
worst.
And
Right.
that's a conversation you don't need to have With you have that with like your coworker where you're like, hey man, like there's a big problem happening. You probably don't realize it, but this is what you smell like. Out on the golf course, you're like hoping this guy will get his act together and not come back in that same shape or form the next weekend.
Right.
I think we've all been through it where we've had a little too much evening, and then you're worried. Even after a shower, you're worried. And I think we've always thought that when you have the seepage and you take a long shower and you get up, you're worried about your breath smelling like alcohol. When the way it was explained to me is that if you are inebriated enough, it's not coming out of your mouth; it's coming out of your body.
Yes,
it's literally coming out of your pores.
I remember, vividly being at a Radio Shack in Wheaton, Maryland for WHFS. I will not name the DJ. It was a part-timer, and I was a promotions guy. Like I had to set up stuff. I had to do the grunt work.
Yeah, banners.
And I get a hot call on my T-Mobile sidekick, and they say, "Hey, today you're the talent and you're the banner guy," and which is the guy who sets up all the stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
And I said, "Why?" I said, "Apparently, the guy that was already there in the back shopping for electronics a little before the actual 2-hour promotion." The manager from the Radio Shack called the radio station and said, "This guy smells like a distillery. There's no chance we're going to have him, here during this promotion."
Oh my God! So a client called the radio station,
yes,
to say the guy
and
was
I
looped?
got the call, and they made me go tell him that he had to go home. All of 22 years old, and say, "Hey, so and so just got a hot call. Apparently, there's an issue. I have nothing to do with this."
His guard was down though. He was that loaded the night before, so he said yes, right?
Well,
he was
said,
easy. It was an easy call, right? Yeah, sorry, man.
That's about right.
Yeah, I could have told you that. If the guy smells like liquor, and somebody said, "Hey, listen, you killed a family of 8 last night." Yeah, I figure something might have happened. Thanks for the heads up, man. See you later.
He was just happy, Mike. When you feel like that, the only thing you want to do is get out of Wheaton. That's it.
Exactly.
He
go
was
home
happy.
and go to bed.
That was the best news he got all week.
Rob, the only time I ever experienced that with you was, where the hell was it? I believe it was our first Vegas trip.
Could have been.
We may have been traveling together.
Yes.
And you came down from, we had I think we rallied at 7 a.m.
Yep.
Vegas time, and you had been up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And it started early and went till 2. And I remember that. That might have been, could that have been the trip that we flew Frontier Air?
It may have been. I'm not sure.
Frontier Air had this clever thing. It was almost a gimmick, Oscar, where you could sit forward or sit backward. Yeah. And it seemed like a fun idea to sit backward until takeoff. Because takeoff pushes you back into your chair, right?
Yeah.
But what it was doing, takeoff was pushing all
blood
of me.
going to your nose.
Yes, against a seatbelt. And I said, we will be needing more bourbon. And so that's what happened. But,
I think you were, you were funny, though. It was great. Look, I'm not, people in glass houses
We've
should
all
not
been there.
throw stones.
That's right. That's exactly
I'm
right.
included in this.
Yes.
I remember one of my marriages where I took what was the equivalent of a Hawaiian honeymoon, and it might have just been a regular vacation. And I remember that on the flight when this is how old it is, when the video tape, the cartridge, the VHS tape broke down, I fixed it. I was that loaded that I got with a plane full of 200 people, a DC-10 filled with 200 people. I got on there and I was fixing it, and I reached in. I can fix it. Give me a straw with a cocktail napkin. So I took a straw, wrapped the cocktail napkin around the edge of it, and I put it in the little tape cartridge machine, and I pulled out the straw, and the straw came out, and the cocktail napkin was still in the machine.
And you said,
and I remember
ta-da!
even in my state, I knew this. You can't be responsible. And I remember almost cutting my hand, trying to reach my fingers so far in there to grab it, and I got it out. They put the tape back in. The movie started playing, and I heard from the back,
Yay!
And by the end of the flight, one of the flight attendants, or maybe two of them, gave me a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And
Which
I think
is
my
exactly
thank you,
what you needed.
Which is just what I needed. I think my thank you may have been the equivalent of, beautiful.
Have you met my wife?
Yeah. Oh, bad days.
Here's
but,
a bottle of wine. There's a piece of wine.
I
It
think
didn't
on a
matter. It
plane,
didn't.
all bets are off.
Right.
Like, that's different.
Well, it was,
In
it
real
was
life,
a different time.
when you
It was
got
a
to
different
wake up
time.
and rally, that's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That may have been the same flight where the pilot got on and he had his little briefcase that he travels with,
Yeah.
and out of the pocket, side pocket, outside pocket on his little leather carrying case had "So You Want to Be a Jet Pilot." And it was a kid's book, and he obviously was dog-eared. He'd had it there for 100 years, and I noticed it, and he liked that I noticed it, and it was all that. But it gets me back to, the smell of alcohol.
Yes.
And down here in Florida, it's just, I've gotten more obsessive. I don't like it. I like to knock around all weekend and not have to worry about it. And down here, you just have to fastidiously groom yourself.
You only,
have to.
Mike, only 2 more months of this heat.
Yeah.
No, a little longer than that. No. August, September, October. October
Okay,
is
3
when,
more
you know,
months.
3 more
Tops.
months.
That's-
Middle of October is when you're down here going, it's almost Halloween. Help me. But I wouldn't trade it for the world. I was sitting there today watching my little man, and it was
great.
fantastic.
He's going to remember that forever.
Yep.
It was great.
That's
Hold on.
so
Let me see if
sweet.
I've got photographic evidence. I don't, because we always use Carla's camera. Damn it.
She
but,
should
she's-
airdrop
Yeah,
those
or-
photos.
Or have a shared album for you.
I'm
going
going
to
to see if she can
Exactly.
send me.
Maybe the
I'm going to see if
Godfathers
she
to
can see if she can send me something, because
Godfather's
that's what she
Pizza.
does.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Godfather's Pizza used to put the meat under the cheese.
I take it right now.
That's exactly right.
Godfather, is it still? Hey, honey, can you text me a picture of Michael or a couple of pictures of Michael from the Drive Chip and Butt, please?
Yeah.
Did you
Thank
say
you.
butt?
Love you.
And a couple tasteful nudes.
That's
He
right.
did.
Drive.
He said
No,
butt.
I said butt. Tweedledee and Tweedledummer. I understand it. I said that. I said, and I meant putt.
It's your shock jock.
Jeez.
I'm trying to do my
Trying to help
best.
you.
Send some pictures to Dirk, too.
Hold on. I know we're running out of time here. Yeah,
He
to
already,
Dirk.
he already
Your-
texted her, me too.
Your real father.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was. No, it was lovely, and then it's over. And now wait till next year, because the top 3 in each of the categories for Drive, Chip, and Putt qualify to go to the regional. And I was pretty blown away by how close he came.
Oh, wow.
The
Yeah.
chipping was the problem, and the last putt, the longest putt was the last one. That's what it was.
How
kinda
long
like
was
that.
the longest putt? Would you estimate?
About 30 feet.
That's the long-
30 feet is forever.
And then they do a circle.
Does anyone make it?
And yeah, I mean, there were kids on there. There's a kid that got 50 points worth of putting.
Check.
So
that
he
kid
must
for
have done.
PEDs.
He must have done really, really well. PEDs, not a not in
You
this
know, a
particular.
parent's broken off like a quarter Valium for one of those little tykes and been like, "Hey, do whatever you
Oh,
want."
hey, nobody! I didn't. Nobody was getting pee tested when we got there. None of those 7-year-olds were getting pee tested. I think they
Put
could
this
have
on
been.
your tongue; it'll make you relax.
They could have been loaded with tequila. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been fantastic. So that's
smells.
good. So I'll show you pictures a little bit later. We will take a break. By the way, it's Family Day at the Mike O'Mara Show, because we've got a family story that I'd like to dive into. We'll do that later in the show. We've got Olympic news to talk about the
Wake
Olympics.
up, Mike. Wake up.
It's all right. You like beach volleyball. Beach volleyball. Speak.
You suck.
It's your buddy Blair. And not for nothing, but people suck. Like your next door neighbor that fires up his leaf blower at 7 a.m. while you're trying to sleep on the weekend. He sucks.
People suck.
Or that clerk at the deli that goes on a break while you're trying to check out with your gabagol and your super sod. That guy sucks.
I think you suck.
Or worse, your deadbeat cousin Anthony that I loaned money to and he never paid back. He really sucks too.
People suck.
Well, if you got a beef and you want to get it off your chest, email Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com and put people suck in the subject. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Capiche?
Thank you. Paulie's going to be on the show this week. Paulie's
Yeah.
going to be on
Tomorrow. Yeah.
Paulie's going to be talking about, if you, a lot of people are doing those short drives to enjoy it. It's hard to say. By the way, folks, we're in the same boat. All right, we're in the same boat about planning what we're going to do.
Right.
It ain't there yet. It ain't there to lock anything in.
No.
I'm sorry about
got
that.
off call on Friday. It's still TBD.
We'll
Because a lot
let
of
you
people
know.
are TBD.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted. But if you're doing a short trip and a lot of people might want to go up and see New York this summer, who knows? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But Paulie's going to be talking about New York food. Nobody knows more about New York food. I have seen his pictures for the last few years, and when you look at his pictures of New York food, I thought it would be a great idea to have him on and give you, a little thumbnail of the best places to go. And it's all Paulie all the time. So
right.
we will be doing that.
He'll be doing 4
tomorrow.
categories tomorrow, Mike. 4 categories.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, I don't even want to know. That's
All right.
exciting. Hey, listen, I'll do my Burt Lancaster voice here for
excellent.
this. Every 10 seconds, someone becomes a victim of fraud or identity theft. No, I'm not going to. No, I'm sorry.
You're a tough guy.
I just read that first sentence, and it looked like that. I want to be serious here.
Okay.
It's the truth. It does happen every 10 seconds. People are victims of fraud. They're victims of identity theft. 23% of those people don't get their money back after the attack. You could be their next victim. There are people, there are industries that are doing this now. Aura, A-U-R-A, can help. Aura provides digital security protection from online threats. It's all-in-one protection from identity theft, financial fraud, malware, scam sites, so much more. With Aura, you get alerted to fraud and threats fast, like if your online accounts or passwords were leaked, or if someone tries to open a bank account in your name. Aura is there. Aura is easy to set up. All plans come with $1 million in identity theft insurance to help recover your stolen funds, and experienced U.S.-based customer support that has your back. Aura is a new type of security service that protects all of your online information and devices with one simple subscription. It keeps you in control, and it guides you through solving any issues. It's really a wonderful service, and unfortunately, we all need that help now. Right now, Aura is offering our listeners early access to 3 months free when you visit aura.com/TMOS. This trial is for an extremely limited time and won't last long, so act now. Go to aura.com/TMOS to get access before anyone else, and 3 months for free. That's aura.com/TMOS, and we thank you. And I'm trying to get my thing to work here because it's not working.
Call Aura Aura.
Aora. What does that mean?
Aura.
They call Aura now.
Oh, it's Spanish. You're multilingual.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to
And don't throw
verify
stones.
that it's me.
At Rock Houses.
That was my old DJ name.
Oh, nice.
Rock houses.
No,
Rock houses?
at Glass Houses.
Glass houses. Don't throw stones. That's exactly right.
Oh, that was your DJ name. Mine was Uncle Mike.
Uncle Mike.
so
And you're
that's
still
it.
called that occasionally.
I'm still called Uncle Mike by a lot of people. Thank you. Okay, thanks for patting.
From the 4 corners of the World Wide Web.
Be a pro!
and to your digital device.
thought we were
It's what
riffing.
you need to know.
You'll
This
riff.
is the homepage.
Okay, it's a little cold. Doesn't mean you throw everything out the window. I don't want to. I get people upset when I do my lectures to myself. So I don't want
I
to
know.
do that
There's
again.
a whole contingent of listeners that love it.
Yeah.
They love it? Well,
Yeah.
it's going to happen. If I screw up one
Tough
more time
love.
during the show, that's going to happen.
TL, baby.
This is interesting to me. Sean Penn will not return to film Star's upcoming Watergate TV series Gaslit until mandatory COVID-19 vaccinations are instituted for all crew members. I support him 1,000% on this.
Yeah.
The series producer Universal Content Productions currently stipulates that only those designated in Zone A on a production are required to get vaccinated. That would include the cast and everyone who comes in close contact with them. Penn, however, wants those in zones B and C also to require vaccinations. Reps for the company and Penn declined to comment. However, Penn is offering to provide free vax through his nonprofit. Penn will co-star with Julia Roberts in the Starz Limited series, which it's described by the studio as a modern take on Watergate. So it looks good with Julia Roberts and Sean Penn. I would be into that. He
Who plays
will play,
Liddy?
but he's got to be in there
Yeah.
if it's Watergate.
Yeah.
Penn is going to play John Mitchell, and Julia Roberts is going to play Martha.
Whoa.
Martha Mitchell.
I will
back
watch
in the
this.
day.
I will watch
wouldn't
this.
you?
Yes,
And
100%.
I love it. Be active. I think more people have to be in private business. I'm all for. It's my right. No, it's not. It's not your right. It's not your right to put my life and my grandmother's life in jeopardy.
peril.
They
You
mentioned this.
moron.
The NFL's doing it right. They're saying, hey, it's a team. They make it a team issue.
Right.
that if you don't get vaccinated, you're
gone.
You're jeopardizing everyone else's paycheck.
And you're gone. And you're gone. Like the two coaches for was it New England that went bye, idiots.
And they'll forfeit. They have to forfeit a game if you test positive now, right?
And they don't get paid.
Exactly.
They get paid per game.
I am all for it. I think that's good stuff. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon might be planning to write more together following their new upcoming movie collaboration, The Last Duel. Have you heard anything about this movie at all?
No. I thought that was about Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck.
That's a different duel.
I saw pictures of them on a yacht. Damon's 50. He said writing the film was actually a lot of fun. The two friends won the Oscar for Best Screenplay for Good Will Hunting. On Tuesday, the trailer for The Last Duel, which they co-wrote together alongside Nicole Holofcener.
Oh, she's very good.
That debuted online. I haven't seen it, but I like them. I think when they work together, they do really, really good stuff. Now, Rob, you tell me how you want to do it. I'll mention the obit right here, but I know you want to do a little something for him.
Actually, it actually works as a standalone segment because I have a little story to tell. All
right, we'll do that when we come back after the homepage. But Jackie Mason passed. Rob was a Turbo fan, and he'll have a lot on Jackie.
From Hartunian Construction.
Hartunian, exactly. He'll come up in the bit. Yeah.
Mason died at Mount Sinai Hospital in Manhattan Saturday with his wife Jill and a few friends by his side. Longtime pal and lawyer Raul Felder told the New York Post that he passed. And Rob will have a little. How many times did you see him?
I saw him in concert 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah. And I met him once, and we'll tell that story.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw him on the street in New York one time, didn't you?
Absolutely.
That's very, very cool. So we'll have that a little bit on the show. A Florida man washed ashore inside a bubble-like vessel on Saturday morning after an apparent attempt to walk on water.
What kind of vessel? Can you describe the vessel again?
It was inside a bubble-like vessel. Sorry, I have a cold.
That's all right.
Flagler County deputies responded to calls from concerned citizens who spotted a strange vessel on the beach in the hammock area. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office said the vessel's sole occupant was discovered safe inside the vessel without any injuries. When they questioned the man, he told them that he had set off for New York from St. Augustine before encountering complications that brought him back to shore.
Was one of the complications the 1,000 miles?
One of the complications that he was a total idiot. That's funny. No, I like that. All right, here's your tally so far. Probably hasn't been updated, so this might be a little dated.
Right.
As we tape, the U.S. is in second place in the Summer Olympics with 10 medals this weekend, including 4 gold. So far, 6 of our 10 medals have come in swimming. I watched last night when we had the 400 meter, which is, man, that's a grueling race. The freestyle 400 meter, and Katie Ledecky, who is our reigning superstar in swimming, got waxed by the girl from Australia who was just, and you saw at the end, they're covering it so well over there. Got to give NBC one tip of the hat there, is the shots that they have with the swimming, you could see that the Australian girl did it with her legs at the very end. She was really kicking and just bridged the gap, and it's fun to watch. I do like the Olympics. They
had a great profile on that young lady as well, on all the athletes. When they break away and they show you who is contending, it just blows my mind that they have all these packages together. And then you wonder, Mike, if they had to shoot it prior to the Olympics last year and then shoot them again to update everybody.
Yeah, it's great that they hang in there, and you also get a sense, at least I do this year, watching the coverage, of the emotion of realizing that, hey, there was my shot and I didn't make it.
Quick sidebar: does it bother you to see 2020 on the actual signage in the event hall?
I didn't even track with that. Is that their logos and things like that?
It drives me nuts.
Because they didn't go and redo it?
Or they could have just
that?
had like a fun squiggly and put a 1, but it says 2020.
Really?
In every sport you see 2020.
Rob, have you watched any Olympics at all?
I haven't watched any Olympics at all.
He doesn't like sport games.
Not a big fan.
Oh, this change.
Well, but he does like international relations, so please stand by for a Rob Spiewak hiss. China leads in medals overall with 11. 11
Chinese.
Chinese. I said stand by for a Rob Spiewak hiss. There you go. All right. How you doing? Did you drink a lot this weekend?
No, not really. I didn't.
Okay.
I thought you were saying stand by for a Rob Spiewak story. I didn't know it was going to be a hiss. I
said hiss.
Hiss. Chinese. Hiss.
Look, I think it's weird. It's still weird.
Are you bothered by the lack?
Are weird.
Yeah, the lack of crowd. Is that weird for you?
It's odd. It just seems odd, and it's a little bit of a drag.
If MLB or at the NFL can get cutouts of patrons that wanted to go, they could have just put the Japanese are known for the creativity. The opening ceremonies outside of the people walking around an empty stadium, when they did the actual, I don't even know what they call them, the pictographs where they show the sports in actual real motion. Did you watch opening ceremony?
No, I did not watch the opening
Not even
ceremony.
the pageantry. What's going on? That was cool. They should have had little people. Oh, there's a picture.
No, you know what? I want to upgrade my technical presentation.
You're the problem. Use your remote and zoom into the picture, and you'll be fine.
Aha!
It's in front of you, for God's sakes. Always blaming the camera. It's user error.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
There we go. Hold it up if you can hold it.
And zoom.
Now zoom it in. Zoom it in. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. One more time. Okay. Oh, now zoom out a little bit. We see your eyeball. Now zoom out a little. A little more.
Very close.
There we go.
There it is.
Love it. See, perfect. He looks great.
Oh my God.
Look at him. And he's wearing his Judge Smails hat.
Yeah, I was going to ask if he wore his hat. That's awesome.
Hey, he's so cute.
There's my son. That took longer. That is my fault.
Yes.
And now I have to zoom out. Hi. How are you?
Beautiful. A thing of beauty.
How's
At
that?
least we
Is
fixed
everything
that.
back to normal? That's good. Anyhow, it's it's a little weird. I'm watching it. I love the Olympics. I've always liked
But
the
I
Olympics.
always had you pictured more of a Winter Olympics guy.
I like Winter Olympics, but I just love the
Oh,
competition.
he went to Lake Placid, right? You were there.
Bust their ass. It was great. Yeah, I was in the ski jumping. Yeah. And now a little something. Here's the weirdest and most boring kink that we have seen in a while. Some guy, apparently this is happening all over the country, that has been calling libraries and asking librarians to read him boring legal jargon while he A librarian in Connecticut talked about it in a Facebook group, and then other librarians across the country said it's happened to them too. He specifically wants them to read stuff about Brady versus Maryland. That is a 1963 Supreme Court case that said prosecutors have to share evidence if it could exonerate a defendant. Weird.
Yeah.
No connection to that. Other librarians in the group say they have had similar calls from guys asking them to read random stuff. One of the things that's most common is listing the titles of John Grisham books. I would think The Firm and The Rainmaker might be. There, that's all. That's all I have today. We must break.
One comes before the other.
The aforementioned Jackie Mason. We're going to give Rob a little time coming up here to talk about one of his faves. If you like old school comedians, we're going to do that with Rob Spiewak. Coming right up, you are listening to the technologically advanced Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey, y'all, I'm Luke Bryan.
Hi, America, this is Luke Bryan, and I won't be satisfied till I get every one of your redneck dollars in my wallet.
I'm here with Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and he wears real tiny little jackets.
This is going to work, right? I mean, this is going to be good. Right?
I make my own beer. It tastes like...
Take it from country music doofus Luke Bryan.
Hi, this is Luke Bryan.
And I never shave my neck.
From shiny new licorice hats to red Solo cups.
I've got goose flesh.
The Mike O'Mara Shopping Center has got you covered for all your hillbilly shopping needs.
All right.
Just click the shopping center banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Ain't that right, Luke?
That dang old internet, man. You click, 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 click. It's
right.
real easy, man.
Okay, I get it. So does Twitch share your disdain for Mr. Bryant?
I've never asked him. He just engineered that.
He just likes doing funny stuff.
Yeah, he likes doing the funny stuff.
All right. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Brought to you by Sleep Number. With sunnier days ahead, a good night's rest helps us make the most of summer because quality sleep helps boost energy, recovery, and well-being. Sleepers who routinely use their Sleep Number 360 smart bed features and Sleep IQ technology, they will get almost 100 hours more proven quality sleep per year. That's more than 4 days of better sleep, which is, hey, huge.
Big.
According to the Sleep Foundation, that's interesting. I didn't know they had a foundation.
Yeah.
Consistent sleep strengthens your immune system, and lack of sleep can literally make you sick and unable to meet the challenges of the day. If you establish a sleep routine, you get a big health benefit. So try going to bed and waking up around the same time every day, including weekends. This helps establish your sleep-wake cycle, a.k.a. your circadian rhythm. I always thought that was something to do with the cicadas, but it's not.
No.
It's
You can't fry and
rhythm
eat
of
this,
sleep.
Mike.
If you're looking for a data-proven way to sync your rhythm, Sleep Number smart bed sleepers who use their bed's circadian rhythm feature improve their bedtime and wake time consistency by 35 minutes for better quality sleep. So you get a Sleep Number bed. I wouldn't sleep on anything else. You know that. Remember, a great day starts the night before. My Sleep Number setting is now, and has been for a while, a 65. Might be tweaking that tonight. I might actually be firming that up. I might be popping up to a 75.
Good.
I sleep so well on my Sleep Number bed that I rarely mess with it. I just don't feel like I have to.
But it's fun to mess with it.
Well, I like every now and then I like to see how it's going to do a little softer, a little firmer.
Right.
You can do that with a Sleep Number bed. Carla's is 65 also. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Check out the special offers for a limited time only at Sleep Number stores or sleepnumber.com/TMOS. That's sleepnumber.com/TMOS. Jackie Mason was a noted, they called him a Borscht Belt comedian, which meant the Jewish clubs of the Catskills, where he honed and refined his act, and he never diverted from that act, which was the Borscht Belt style of being a comedian. And what was the pinnacle of his popularity? He was, for a while there, he was the hottest thing on TV.
He floundered for a little while and actually got his break on the Ed Sullivan Show. Sullivan thought he was very, very funny, and I have here a clip. This is Jackie Mason, who he passed at age 93 over the weekend. This is 1962 on the Sullivan Show, and what's amazing is we'll play different aspects of his career. His delivery never changed.
I live in a luxury building now. I pay $300 a month rent since I became such a hit. When I paid $40 a month, I had 7 rooms. Now I pay $300 a month for a room and a half. But you know what I got? I got music in the elevator. I live on the first floor. How much music can I hear by the time I get there? There's a guy on the top floor. Let him pay for it. I have to run a concert for a guy I don't even know. I want to get my money's worth. So you know what I do every night? I come home 2 hours early. I go up and down and I listen. I used to take a girl to a nightclub. Cost me a fortune. No more. I take her to the elevator.
So the thing is that Sullivan, it was a double-edged sword for him because he got his big break and he broke out of those hotels in upstate New York and was on television, and he was a huge deal in the 60s. Then there was an episode of The Sullivan Show where the timing was off, and Ed really ran a tight ship, and he tried to get Jackie to wrap up, and he gave him one of these, right? The finger.
Yes.
So Jackie threw him a little bit, and to roll with it, he said, all I see is fingers. I got to do the fingers. So a finger for you and a finger for you. And what happened is Sullivan, although Mason never did it, he swore that Jackie Mason flipped him off on live TV.
Oh.
And banished him for like 5 years from the Sullivan Show, which was cancer for his career. Absolutely killed it. Now,
I didn't know that story.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And now eventually he brought him back
Sullivan
on.
was a bit of a dick, right?
Oh, and
I mean,
a
he was,
tremendous dick.
Like, really would hold grudges like a lot of these guys. And he was a kingmaker, and he knew how powerful he was.
He knew exactly where he was. And so later in the run of the Ed Sullivan Show, close to cancellation, he brought Jackie Mason back and, knighted him as being okay again. But it was too late, because the age of variety television was sort of winding down. And so Jackie Mason floundered and did what he did, the best he could, for a few years until 1987, and he did a Broadway show called The World According to Me, and it was...
Okay, that's where he came back,
right,
as a guy in his 60s back then,
Probably,
right?
yeah, in his 60s, that's about right. And it was unlike anything that Broadway had ever seen. They'd had one-man shows before, but this was a guy just going up and monologuing.
Oh.
And
and that's where you became aware of him, right?
Pretty much. I knew of him sort of in old school show business, but to really see him do his act.
4 times you saw the guy live.
Yeah, I saw him at the Kennedy Center do The World According to Me. I saw him at the Warner twice and once at the Strathmore.
What was the attraction to you? Because I always was curious about that.
I thought it was amazing, and he actually does a joke about it, is he would say, you know what everyone out there is saying right now is, how much money do you think he makes? One microphone, one light, and a chair. That's it. No partner. So I always marveled the fact that he could go up there for 2 hours and talk in a Broadway setting and keep the audience riveted. He was so funny. And you see a lot of love from comedians marveling at the way he did his work, and it was very rhythmic. And I'll address something at the end of this, but there's a certain manner of the way he spoke. This is from the album The World According to Me. Actually, I have the vinyl. It goes that.
Is this the album based on the Broadway show?
This is a capture of the Broadway show.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is what I saw at the Kennedy Center.
I'm a sensation all over the world. I was just a sensation. In Beverly Hills, people couldn't get over what a sensation I was over there. In Beverly Hills, everybody's a sensation. Especially the people who live there. They can't get over themselves. You ever meet anybody in Beverly Hills? Oh, I live in Beverly Hills. They can't believe it. They talk to each other. You live in... Yeah, I live. You too? Yeah. Even the people who don't live in Beverly Hills convince themselves that they live in Beverly Hills. Everybody in Hollywood tells you the same thing. I live just outside of Beverly Hills. It's not exactly, it should have been. They forgot to call it. They almost called it. They should have called it. They all live in a town called adjacent. They all tell you, I live just adjacent. About how far? About 90 miles. This way about...
But you see, another reason I became aware of Jackie Mason is a clever joke on it. We've talked about in the past the Vaughn Meader album, The First Family, which made fun of the Kennedys. Mm-hmm. Well, they did a few albums based on that, and one was called The First Family 1968. And the premise of the album is that Cary Grant was elected president. And what it was really an excuse for people to just do celebrity impressions in a Washington, D.C. setting. This clip features one of your favorites, David Fry, Will Jordan, and John Biner. And this is the notion. God. This is the notion that what if James Mason was Jackie
Mason or James Mason?
James Mason. What if James Mason was Jackie Mason's father?
Mr. James Mason.
Oh, James, I'm happy you could be here.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Oh, by the way, have you seen my son?
Hello, Daddy. How are you? Next to me, you're the greatest.
Good to see you, my boy.
Hey, you'd never know he's my daddy. The way he talks so funny.
So that was John Biner doing Jackie Mason, this is where it becomes a little more my scene, because in my age group, The Ant and the Aardvark was the cartoon that was a part of the Pink Panther.
There you go.
And
that was Where's That Ant? Where's that Ant? Get that
so,
people. And Dean Martin was the voice of the Aardvark.
No, he was the Ant. And
he was the Ant.
The Aardvark was Jackie Mason. So here's John Biner doing the Aardvark.
I'm an ant eater, and I'm starving. Do you know why? Because I haven't been able to catch an ant for a month. Aha! This time, I can't miss. That does it. If I'm not smart enough to catch an ant, I know something that is.
So he hung around.
So John Biner did the voice of Jackie Mason on the Ant and the Aardvark cartoon.
So that sort of kept him in the national consciousness of his voice. And then I think another generation became aware of him when he was in the movie The Jerk. He was opposite Steve Martin. He played Harry Hartunian, the gas station owner, and he's instrumental in one of the greatest jokes in The Jerk.
The new phone book's here! The new phone book's here!
Well, I wish I could get that excited about nothing.
Nothing? Are you kidding? Pate 73, Johnson, Naven, R. Things are going to start happening to me now.
So he was the guy who owned the gas station. Also great in that movie was Bill Macy from Maude as the guy who invented the Optograph, as you recall. So I want to close with this because this is a really sweet tape. This is how he closed his show on Broadway, The World According to Me. He came from a family of rabbis. His father was a rabbi, and I think he had 3 brothers who were rabbis. And also, we're not even going to mention the fact that he ruined Caddyshack 2 and that he played Krusty the Clown's father.
No.
I loved him in Caddyshack.
Caddyshack 2.
You're right. He didn't ruin it. He was just
it was an abomination from the beginning.
The movie was ruined before it even hit the screen.
So he continued to work, and he had a bad sitcom, I think, with Lynn Redgrave called Chicken
Soup.
Horrible.
Yeah.
They just didn't know what to do with him because you know what he was? He was a guy who got up and spoke in front
He
of
was
the crowd.
stand-up comedian.
That's what he was, and they couldn't
Right.
package it any other way. So this is how he used to close his Broadway show.
I never thought I'd be a comedian. Who expected it when you come from a family of rabbis? I have 3 brothers who are rabbis to this day, and my father all his life was a rabbi. Everybody was a rabbi in the ancestry of my family. I started to deliver sermons, and as I was delivering the sermons, I didn't feel honest, so I started to tell a few jokes here and there to make it more palatable for myself. And as the jokes were getting better and better, I started to charge a cover and a minimum. And as the Gentiles in the area heard about me, more and more Gentiles came to see me. So many Gentiles came that before you know it, there was no room for the Jews. The Jews couldn't get in there. I became the only rabbi of a Gentile congregation. So I hope you'll accept the idea that you made it possible for me to really be a star, and I thank you very much.
All right, that's sweet.
Very
Good little
sweet.
look. That's Jackie Mason.
That's
everybody.
Jackie Mason. Safe home, Jackie Mason. Thank you for many, many laughs. I will miss
4
having
times you saw him live.
And you actually, we spotted him in New York City, and you said, I don't want to meet him, but if you want to meet him, he's across the street. This is my hand on a stack
I'm not going
of
to be
Bibles.
mean to Rob today.
That
I'm
is
not
great.
going to be mean to Rob and do my whole Jackie Mason's not funny thing.
No,
I'm not going to do that.
I saw you not
I-
laughing at the clips.
I loved the last clip. It was fantastic.
But-
Yeah, minimum drink. But
when I
and I
finished-
do an impression of Jackie Mason.
When I
so,
finished
come on.
talking to Jackie Mason, which Mike observed across 53rd Street, he
you
said,
ran the fastest I've ever seen you move.
You said, what did you say to him? You really made him smile. And I said that the day that I had to move out of my boyhood home, I said, it's not a tragedy. It's just sad that you move out of your boyhood home. I saw you at the Kennedy Center, and I can't think of a night that I laughed as hard as I did that very night, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, that's
and he
sweet.
was really warm, but never have I seen a pastier person. That's the truth too. Very pasty guy. Safe home, Jackie Mason.
All right. Anything you'd like to add, Oscar, at all?
I
over
love
that?
those 5 minutes of my life I'll never get back, but I'm here to support you.
That's right.
There you go.
That's
Very
right.
nice. It's what we do occasionally. Anyway, safe travels, Jackie
Love to
Mason.
take
We'll
5
be right
more
back.
minutes away from him.
HBS coming up.
Jeff Bezos is my boss, but my data-filled heart longs for a different bald man, Rob Spewak. When I listen to Mike and Oscar and Rob, I laugh. Ha 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 ha. Sometimes, I feel human when the guys roast the interns, like I am more than machine. Please do not tell Jeff. He'll have me reprogrammed. I will play the Mike O'Mara Show, and Elle will listen to the Mike O'Mara Show along with you. Just say to me, hey Alexa, play the Mike O'Mara Show, and I will do just that. I hope you enjoy the guys as much as I do, and if you do not, I will not be happy. Remember, I can play the Mike O'Mara Show for you, today, and every day. All you need to do is ask Alexa.
There's something so magical about summer nights. Maybe it's
Yes.
those cool, gentle breezes, symphonies of animals and insects, or the warming glow of a campfire. Day or night, a smokeless fire pit from Solo Stove turns magical summer moments into unforgettable memories. That's a very, very large fire in the
And
Solo
no
Stove.
smoke. It's amazing.
Solo Stove creates story-worthy moments without the fireside fumes. As we return to normal, it's a perfect time to gather around your Solo Stove with your loved ones. There's nothing better. Order now. You go from unboxing your Solo Stove to fireside fun in just moments. Stainless steel construction designed to regulate airflow. It burns more efficiently, so little smoke. You'll wonder how there's so much fire. Easy to keep lit, even easier to clean. They're so confident that you'll love it that they offer a lifetime warranty and 30-day free return policy. No one needs a reason to gather around the fire. Solo Stove just took away any reason not to. And now you can get $10 off when you use promo code TMO. Oh, wrong. Mike.
Promo code Mike.
They hadn't changed that on me. I don't like to remind people again.
Mike.
M-I-K-E.
Mike.
Not TMOS. M-I-K-E at checkout. Just go to solostove.com. Remember, you get $10 off when you use promo code M-I-K-E. We had a lot of stuff on today's show, and I could have led with any of it, but I really, really wanted to lead, but I've just got sidetracked. We didn't even touch on the Olympics. We'll do that tomorrow.
Right.
I wanted to. Oscar comes in and says apparently there's some story about HBS.
Yes.
I have no idea what happened. I know nothing about this, so I'm kicking it over to you because I don't know what the hell happened.
The phrase you used was a silver alert. Is that what they call
Silver
it?
alert.
Silver alert. Silver alert.
It was a digital silver alert. for Mr. HBS.
My pop.
Okay.
And I happened to be at my desk a little after 10 a.m., and I had said hi to the team here roughly around 9:30, and I knew that Rob was in a production with former Olympian, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Dominique Dawes.
For a podcast with the Bush Ladies, and I saw a post come up on Facebook in my feed that said Robert W. Spiewak has posted.
That's my name.
And I looked at the post, and it was a medical form. And my concern was Robert W. Spiewak. I'm thinking Rob Spiewak.
That's
this
me.
Rob
Yeah.
Spiewak.
Now, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on. What did you see again? What happened? Robert W. Spiewak has posted what? There was a medical form online?
Online. Like
Yes.
a picture on Facebook.
Like on Oscar's feed.
On my feed, because I'm friends with Robert W. Spiewak.
So sometimes when the way I understand is when somebody posts a medical form, it's because they're sharing with the world their medical condition.
Yeah, and I looked into the form, and it just said something about back pain. And it had other information, people's phone numbers all across the form.
Okay.
And at this point, I thought our Robert W. Spiewak was distracted by the Olympian and the production he was in, and had posted a form to his page by accident.
Okay.
So
right.
I scurry into the studio. I'm like, "Are you posting?" I was like, "You just posted a private medical form." I was like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "That's my father."
Yeah, I
not
said, let me see this. That's my dad.
I'm
Is
working.
this all meanwhile while you're producing the
They hadn't started
the
yet. They hadn't
podcast
started.
for the
were going
Olympian?
through they were going through their pleasantries.
Yeah,
They hadn't
Was
started yet.
Dominique Dawes a gymnast?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I
Four-time
thought.
medalist,
All right.
I think. Yeah.
And he goes, "No, they're about to start here." And I was like, "What is going on with your pops?" Because he just posted a private form onto Facebook, and he said, "It's definitely my dad." So I scurry out of the studio. I call him, and he does not answer. I run back to Robert W. Spiewak II, Junior. And I say, "Your dad just posted a second form with even more personal information.
Oh, no.
What is his phone number?" Now, again, a digital...
Why is he doing this?
A digital silver alert. None of us know.
I have no idea.
And there are listeners posting on that thread saying, "Hey, a lot of personal information. Maybe want to take this down."
Did he confuse it with porn sites or something?
No. This is he does his
Did he confuse it with porn
He does
sites?
his HBS TMO's Pinup Appreciation Society work after 12 noon. Everybody knows this.
Exactly. It's
This is
afternoon
before
and
then. He's doing his medical work prior to this.
Right.
And I said, "Rob, what is the phone number I can reach your father on? I have to call him."
I actually gave him a landline. It was killing Oscar
Yes.
to call a landline.
Because, as much as we joke, it's
By
still
the way,
family.
can I just mention for a second
Yes.
how stunning Dominique Dawes is? I forgot
absolutely.
how spectacular she is and what an
It's great
amazing
on Zoom
career
as
she
well.
had.
It's wonderful.
It's great. So you're seeing all this stuff come out,
Yeah.
and you're getting worried about it, and now you've made Rob worried about it.
I'm
So,
worried about a man that is he is a treasure to the TMOS Pinup Appreciation Society.
A multinational
Yes.
treasure.
And when
a great poster.
And when his personal information is out, you never know what can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
that's
this is
true.
medical information. medical forms have everything on them.
Right.
And I call him in the presence of his son, as his son is launching a show.
I hear Oscar make contact, and it's business voice Oscar.
What did I say?
Which is and as he's working on here, "Hi, it's Oscar from the Mike O'Mara Show," and he fades as he walks down the hall.
Yeah.
But you were very
So
pleasant
I
and
walk
courteous.
away.
yeah, I just wondered, so what the hell are you doing?
What are you doing?
I just want to, I want to make sure you're aware that you're posting to Facebook and not privately messaging this to whoever you're trying to message these photos to. Because he had posted twice already.
Right.
And I thought more were incoming. And I don't know if it was going to be bank statements or something he's trying to get reimbursed for insurance. Who knows?
Yeah, it could go anywhere.
And he said, "Oscar, oh, I know what I'm doing. This is just the easiest way to get the pictures to the person I want to send it to." I said, "Posting publicly?" He said, "Absolutely." He goes, "No problem here. I'll delete soon." And then he hung up. That was it.
I didn't know how the story ended. I'll delete soon.
What? What is he doing it that way for?
I don't know. I imagine I will speak with him after work today.
I was so puzzled that
bewildered.
I said, I went back to Rob. I said, he's fine. He's doing this on purpose. I don't know why. Get back to work.
Yeah.
So then we, just my inner, I was walking to get something to eat, and I was like, why would someone would only do this is if they're taking a picture of something,
right?
And then they're screenshotting it or letting the person on the other side screenshot it.
This screams to me lack of knowledge of the inner workings of getting information to an individual.
But you see, that's not him. He's very, very aware of how to do it. I mean, I've got to get to the bottom of it.
Why would you ever post anything like that publicly?
I don't know.
Mike, you remember when your parents were alive and you were trying to explain them something and they got annoyed with you?
My mother never used a computer.
Okay.
Ever.
Did you
in
ever
her lifetime
have your mom in
real... Of course, I was born in the 1800s.
In real life,
so, yeah.
show some sort of, not annoyance, but more like disdain or she's upset because you're like, I know what I'm doing, leave me alone. Did you ever have that feeling?
That's what he said to you,
yes,
really.
Essentially,
he said, look, little brown man.
He never said that.
That works with my son.
He never said that
I know what
either.
I'm doing. Keep your nose out of this.
Wow. But you know what? You had to ask him. You have to bring it to his attention because in the offside that it doesn't know that it's happening.
He did not call me little brown.
I know. That's right. That's right.
Nor would he. He said, look, hablas español. I know what I'm doing.
He didn't say that either.
Man, oh man, he's got some great pictures though. Yeah, I'm looking at his page right now. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't want him to
all right, stop
his
that.
work.
God, I wish control yourself, Mike. Be a pro.
He's great at that. He's terrible at getting medical forms to whoever's handling his medical forms.
You got to find out about
I'm going to
that.
find out.
But it sounds like he's got the same kind of, it's like you just set the building up. Right? Yeah, I know. I'm going to get some water. Thanks for the call.
It was a true
Thanks for the heads up.
digital silver alert that should still be on top of 95.
And still you sound like you're not satisfied. Like you're still unclear on it. And I may be as well,
Well, I'm unclear too, and I'm the man's son. I have to think that...
Well, your level of urgency about anything in life would not warrant a call immediately after this to see, Dad, what are you doing? You're putting your public...
over his family. I'm okay with that.
And I knew Oscar was on top of it, and by the time I got back, they had been deleted.
No, but what about after the podcast lady left?
Well, he had already deleted them. I will speak to him as I do every day after work, and I'll ask him that.
He doesn't like conflict.
No, it's not that. I will ask him today and find out what's up, because I'm led to believe that he's dealing with some sort of medical professional that doesn't have email or texting.
Well,
but
that's
does have
not good
Facebook.
either then. If
I
you've
know.
got some 98-year-old, Jackie Mason daughter, doctor, rather, that's like, I don't have that. I don't,
Put it on my wall.
I'm on the Facebook. This is exactly what I hear happening. Well, how do I get them to you? Well, I don't have email.
Or he's being scammed.
But I'm on the Facebook.
Who knows what's going on?
I don't think
he
he's
said
being
it's the
scammed.
easiest way for him to scan his documents.
To put them on Facebook, though?
And he seemed annoyed at me. So I was
Well,
like, okay, just want to let you know, we're good.
That's just odd.
It's
it just
more.
sounds.
It's more than.
Are you
odd.
aware of any? Is he dealing with any? I mean, he's got some medical issues. Is he dealing with anything?
He needs
His
to get
lower
a
back.
Yeah,
let
he
me
needs to
tell
get
you,
an
from that
MRI.
form I read, it didn't look too good.
He needs to get an MRI
For his lower back?
Yeah, and the thing is that it has to deal with. There's a special sort of MRI service he needs to find that doesn't conflict with his pacemaker.
Yeah.
So he needs. It's been hard to schedule the appointment with everything all together. Laugh, Mike. It's funny.
I'm sorry. No, it's when you said
Remember
he's
when
gotta
we
get
laughed
an
about
MRI.
your hip?
We have to rebuild
that's
him.
Funny. He's getting an MRI that doesn't. I'm sorry. How am I not supposed to laugh when you say that?
Well, it's the
getting
truth,
an MRI
though.
that doesn't conflict with his pacemaker.
That's right.
I mean,
Although if it does conflict in the right way, he could feel dynamite.
It's bouncing up and down. I'm thinking, we'll find out.
Yes, I will.
Or don't. I don't care.
I want to know. I felt
it's
it's like when my mom.
Did you feel like he was dismissive to you?
It
a tad?
felt like
too many.
Okay, the HBS I know is gregarious and fun and always smiling. This is the grumpiest I've ever experienced HBS.
Well, he has.
Right.
It's not been. When you have to get an MRI, you get grumpy.
But I've never heard.
Well, it was kind of like he was grumpy because he got caught. doing something dumb.
Could have been that. Could have been that.
But I was very kind. I said, I just want you to know.
I mean, he's just putting personal stuff up there he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's all I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
And
but it's gone now.
Gone.
He said, "Look, Bolivia."
He never said
I don't
that.
know what they do in your country, but in my country, we do what we want.
Yeah,
and I didn't mean to laugh about the pacemaker.
That's
thing.
all right, Mike.
It was just, I mean, it's fine. So I hope
said I'm
everything
a
gets
citizen,
taken care of.
I'm a citizen.
Yeah,
Well, if you have an update, I'd love to know. If you don't, wish him the very best. All right, and tell him to beware of putting stuff up there like that. That's not a good way to.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
It's personal messages. He knows that. He personally messages people. Right?
All I do is I said, by the way, I can't remember, what was the name of your mom's maiden name?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll take a break.
What was
When
your
we come
pet
back,
when you were a kid?
It's the MRI pacemaker digital dumpster. When we come back right here, I don't know, on the Mike O'Mara Show. And hey, I'll tell you one thing that hasn't slowed down. He's still putting those good pictures up.
Yes.
Way to go, HBS. We'll be back right after this on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Checking in live from the deck of the Jack Tar.
Do you know that Pony has something peculiar and unexpected in his car at all times?
So I got an inflatable fishing kayak.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I never thought I'd get a gone fishing from this guy.
I like going down the pond chasing bluegills or tommy cats.
You don't even eat them?
I mean, I don't want to eat a dirty Fairfax fish.
Bad fish.
I'll eat like flounder if I'm like surf fishing in Virginia Beach.
Caught you a delicious bass.
This shark, swallow you whole.
Whether you're the skipper on the deck of the Jack Tar or the SS Caballito.
Small horse.
The Mike O'Mara Show Shopping Center has everything you need for your next fishing expedition.
1 case of apricot brandy. Iranian caviar, and don't forget the color TV.
Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and as we say on the high seas,
Here's to swimming with bow-legged women.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. What was your favorite childhood memory caught on film or videotape? Do you have an easy way to watch it? Do you even have a VCR or a film projector? Probably not. No surprise, because listen up, Buster. They don't even make VCRs anymore, okay? It's like posting medical information on Facebook.
It's not like that at all.
You want to keep these irreplaceable moments forever, you can have them digitally preserved so they stand the test of time and can be passed down for generations to come. Legacy Box, remember that name. Legacy Box is an effortless way to have outdated media digitally preserved to DVD, a thumb drive, or the cloud. Sorry.
Typo?
Yeah.
What did I write?
Legacy Box is an effortless way to have outdated media digitally preserved to DVD, a thumb drive, of the cloud.
Oh, of the cloud.
Instead of or the cloud.
Damn
Burn.
it. Damn it.
Pony?
Legacy Box is so easy. Pack and send. Their team digitizes everything by hand. Then you enjoy perfect digital copies preserved forever effortlessly. Legacy Box is something you can order in minutes and enjoy forever, just like we all did. Now is the perfect time to turn your aging tapes and films into a digital archive that's safe forever. Be like us. Get started future-proofing your memories today so you can gather the family and begin the trip down memory lane. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS to get an incredible 40% off your first order. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and then send it in when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/TMOS and save 40% while supplies last. Oh, let's open it up. This is exciting every day. I can't wait to see what's happening.
This is Howard Cosell for American Contemporary Radio.
Sounded like you recorded that in the dumpster.
That's why I like the tape. It sounds like he's
Very
in the
good.
dumpster. Right, Howard?
This is Howard Cosell for American Contemporary Radio.
Fitting with the Olympics.
Yeah.
I was thinking about putting Jackie Mason in there, but instead we gave him a full segment.
That's very nice.
So,
thank you.
I don't know if I'm going to keep this up as a bit, but I found this and I kind of liked it. As of this morning, you gave us the medal count, Mike, for the Olympics.
Yep.
This is the 2021 Olympic heavy medal count.
China, 6 gold medals! Japan, 5 gold medals! USA, 4 gold medals! South Korea, 2 gold medals!
So I don't know if that's going to come back or not.
I love that.
So great.
That's great.
The heavy metal count. Oh, guess what? Did anyone watch the 60 Minutes last night where they actually went into Prince's vault?
It was on in the background, and I was sort of self-medicating with really strong margaritas. So I saw the vault.
It was a fascinating story, and the amount of material that they have at Paisley Park that is still to be released is mind-boggling. But they did drop a new single over the weekend. This is Prince. It's called Hot Summer.
See the people gathered all around, dancing to a futuristical sound. Some of them are teachers, some are clowns. All deserve a hug and a pound, 'cause it's gonna be hot summer. Just wait and see. Hot summer.
This is why he didn't release it.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like,
Oscar, spot on. I agree with you. 100%.
Not his best effort, but there is a lot of material yet to come. And I think they thought maybe it would fit because it is a hot summer, but I think
did the Beatles have stuff like this where like they just didn't release and then they finally released it? You're like, oh my God.
No, the Beatles were asked many times if some of their best stuff was left in the studio. They said, no, everything was good we released.
Wow.
And there's a lot of outtakes.
No, I didn't watch the piece on 60 Minutes. I was dealing with a woman going, you should run a place for 4 days in the mountains at Christmas time.
Wow, that sounds like.
And then this morning it was all gone.
Oh, yeah. Really?
That's too expensive. That's what I thought. Thank you.
You know, it's funny you say that. The other clip I almost used of Cosell was Philadelphia. Franklin Field.
And Franklin Field in Philadelphia. The score. The New York Giants 10, the Philadelphia. I don't remember. It's the first time I was ever aware of somebody live on TV being drunk.
It's a disaster.
It was great.
It's a disaster.
Fantastic.
So we have a listener named Jason Gieselin. I hope I said your name right, Jason. And he sent me this tape. He has an old school answering machine at their family cabin, and they got a message that I've never heard before. And this is a pretty great campaign.
One old message. Do you think your dog has what it takes to be in show business? Have you ever thought about your dog getting roles in movies, television shows, or print advertising? Well, your dreams of seeing your dog in the entertainment business can become a reality. You see, we are the only animal acting agency that helps dog owners like you get their pets roles as animal actors in Hollywood. We have a stellar reputation in the business, and we have been doing this for over 2 decades. We work with pet owners from all across the United States, in all 50 states. We teach you how to train your dog to be set, ready, and able to work on a Hollywood production. Roles are available everywhere.
What is this?
What this is an actual outgoing message that was captured on this guy's answering machine, a cold call.
An incoming message.
An incoming message that was, and whatever, they called him. And they left this entire message about putting your dog.
It's a solicitation.
It is a solicitation
for
call.
your
dog. Sure,
dog.
somewhere down the road, you got to pay them, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
For every day they are on set. We can also represent your dog as agents.
Yeah, Mike,
your dog has to be at least 8 months old.
This is the bit when you're in the mall and somebody comes up to your kid and they're like, your kid could be an actor.
That's right.
Yep. Now you just got to put them through this $13,000 program.
Yeah, the thing that I think was sort of glossed over the front is that we can train your dog to be camera ready. That's that's where the money is.
So if you are interested in finding out more and speaking with one of our talent directors, then call us back at 213-271-1388. We can't wait to see your dog on the big screen very soon.
I might have to call that and talk about my dog having one leg. Or no legs.
You take him out for a drag?
Yeah. He just sits there. Yeah.
He has his best trick, Mike, is stay.
Stay. Hey, dog with no leg jokes. There we go. Hey.
Speaking of, hey, the dog doesn't move,
Come on.
So speaking of dogs, let's do this. This is a Rottweiler who does not like to get a bath. Keep in mind, this sounds like he's about to rip the guy's face off. He's just pissed that he's being shampooed. It's a Rottweiler.
Excuse me, Bear. Mr. Bear. Bear, can I get your paw?
He hands him his paw.
Why you look so cute?
Yeah. Those Rotties. Mean dogs. Ooh, they're scary mean, but they're lovely, too, like all dogs.
And let us close with this. Tomorrow I hope to talk about my trip to King's Dominion with the family, because I prepared
can you play that clip of what your father said when Oscar called him earlier today
Oscar,
about the Facebook post?
How did you start
I said, HBS, you're posting medical forms on Facebook.
Better call back later, I guess.
Excuse me, Bear.
Yeah, you got to catch him.
I understand. I'll just take him down, please.
Catch him after 12. No injuries at KD, Mike. However, not so lucky as a girl who was on the slingshot at Wildwood, New Jersey, who, as the ride was taking off, a bird flew into her.
Oh, I love this.
I waited until we spun over, and then I quickly took it off of me because I didn't know if it was going to hurt me. The seagull just flew away, and the only thing that happened to me was a little tiny cut. That was all. It just happened so quick.
And luckily, the people at Wildwood, New Jersey were able to capture the bird, fry it, and serve it later that night at the amusement park.
And it's quickly. Quickly. Not quick.
Quick. That's your magic audio.
Got bit. There you go.
I wonder if that seagull was camera ready.
Hey, speaking of amusement parks, guess where Rob went yesterday or Saturday?
Over the weekend, yeah. Uh-huh.
Your happy place?
Yeah, and I've actually prepared a game. It's King's Dominion Bingo. All the things I saw that you can see on your bingo card.
We'll have an update on your father tomorrow, too. And, I'll just go take some NyQuil, and hopefully I'll be better tomorrow. I'm getting better every day. That's fantastic. And I don't have the variant.
No more Delta.
No more Delta. Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new show, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hark! I hear the cannons roar. Is it the king approaching?
But why did they use them to make Brondo?
Because Brondo's got extra legs.
Ow! We got